What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Seikima II. Yes, indeed, Seikima II fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bob, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Brett Parks, and this is actually one of Brett's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Brett. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Brett wanted to see me react to this song by Seikima II called El Dorado. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Heretic, okay? And the video has 4,900 views. It's not gonna get you there, sorry. Look, I'm sure the song is fine, I'm sure the video is fine, I'm sure everything's just fine. I'm just saying 4,900 views and it's not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. I think it says Seikima II. I think that's what it says. Seikima II El Dorado HD. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Wow.
I was about to say, I feel like there's a chorus coming. Okay, so it follows a format without question, and the format is kind of predictable, ever so slightly. It was interesting, verse, pre-chorus, going back to the verse, and then pre-chorus again, without doing the actual chorus. What I think what surprised me most was the fact that they did go verse into pre-chorus. They didn't go verse, instrumental break into the verse 2. They kind of teased us, going verse to pre-chorus and then back to verse again, and then pre-chorus and now chorus. It's not a bad strategy. It's actually a good way to kind of throw people off and not be predictable. I've always said there's a certain level of comfort that comes with predictability, and I got no problem with the song being predictable. But when they do throw little swerves like that, those little curveballs at us, it's kind of cool. It makes you go, oh, that wasn't what I was expecting. All right, that was kind of cool. And I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I think I like that more when the unexpected happens. It feels good. It keeps me on my toes. So I like that. Everything sounds good. Instrumentally, everything sounds really good. I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing the guitar player on stage right. When he's doing his solo lines, I'm having a little bit, I can hear him, but I really gotta dig. I'm not sure about the mix on this. I'm not sure if that's a mixing issue or, the funny thing is I've seen other videos from what I think is the same concert, and I had no problem hearing him before. So maybe it's possible there could be some sort of a technical issue happening while they're playing this song. There could be a tech issue. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've noticed I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing the guitar player over on stage right. So anyway, let's keep going here. Interesting. Now we can hear him clear as day. It must have been a tech issue. Nice interaction over there. Guitar players playing together, always good to see. I like the harmonies. There's the mic, good. I need to pause, but I don't want to. I need to pause, but I don't want to. I want to keep going. I like the harmonies. I like the fact that they're sharing the mic on that section. That looks good. From a visual aspect, it looks good to have that interaction. Yeah, the guitar solo, clear as day, no problem. So it was definitely a technical issue at the beginning. Could have been lost to signal, but I heard it, so I don't think it's lost to signal. Could have been maybe somebody unplugged something, somebody tripped over a cord. There's a lot of possibilities. I don't know what the issue was, but it must have been technical, because now I'm hearing him just fine. I'm digging the song. I've heard better songs from Seikima II, if I'm being honest. I've heard catchier songs, more energetic songs, more hard rocking songs, more driving songs, more fun songs than this. But having said that, is this a bad song? No. This is not going to be down the ones and twos. At least not yet. Now, we still got a minute and a half to go, and I've seen bands blow it in the last 20 seconds. So, anything can happen. But if we keep going the way we're going, this is going to be fine. It's going to get at least a 3, if not higher. So, I don't think it has anything to worry about. We're going to be in the positive scores, I have a feeling. So, let's finish this out, and then we'll get to the review. Back up. Like that. Like the fact that the bass player came up to the front. Nice. Wow, getting up there. I get the feeling this is the end of the show. Fill, drummer, go. Nice. That'd be a great way to end the show. I don't know if that's the last song or not. If that's their last song, that's not a bad way to end, let me tell you. A nice, big, full rock and roll ending. Lots of drums going on. Lots of great fills happening. Guitars and bass just sustaining the chord, letting it go. Giving the vocalists a chance to interact with the crowd one last time. Yeah, man. I don't know if it's the last song or not. It would make sense if it was. Not really a whole lot to talk about. I already talked about pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Let me get my thoughts together. Maybe I did miss something. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Seikima II with El Dorado. This was a request from Brett Parks, and this was actually one of Brett's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Brett. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, I have a score here, and there really, honestly, there's not a lot to talk about, but there is a point. There is one point I do feel I need to make very clear. So bear with me, but let's start off with the score here. Out of 5 stars, I am going to give that 4 stars. Yep, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, the song, it's catchy. It's definitely got a hook to it. That chorus is the hook, without question. And And I'm going to say this, and I don't say this very often, I'm going to give a secondary hook to that pre-chorus, because that pre-chorus was pretty catchy too. They're both pretty memorable, but if I'm being honest, I think the chorus is a little more memorable. But that's not very common, though, to have, at least in my opinion, two hooks within the same song. That's a little unusual, but it definitely happened here. And it's not the first time it's happened with me, but it definitely happened here without question. A very hooky song overall. Very pleasing to the ear. Good amount of energy, good amount of drive. It felt good. Chordal progressions all made perfect sense. Melodic lines, harmonic lines too. The harmonies were very nice in the pre-chorus and in the chorus, especially in the chorus. That was the big hook in the chorus. Now overall, as far as the song itself goes, I got no issue with the song. I think it's a really nice song. Here's the thing. Have I heard better songs from Seikima II? Absolutely, I have. I've heard, God, at least 7 or 8 songs that I think are better than this one. Now, does that mean that this is a bad song? No. Look, if this was a bad song, I would have put this down in the 1s or 2s, you know, and that 2s would have been generous. But that's if it was bad. I don't think this was a bad song at all. I think it's a really good song. I've just heard other songs from Seikima II that I personally think are better. First song that comes to mind, the very first one that comes to mind, 1999 Secret Object. I mean, that song was so much fun to listen to. I still have that song running through my head. And as a matter of fact, a couple days ago, I was driving around town and it came on. And I didn't get pulled over, luckily, but I was driving and I thought to myself, I'm getting into the chorus and I'm thinking to myself, I feel like I'm going a little fast and I'm in a 35 zone. And I look down at my speedometer, I'm doing over 50. I'm not going to say how much over 50, but I was doing over 50. I'm like, oh, this is not good. Oh, this is not good. And I had to quickly take my foot off the accelerator and put on the brake ever so slightly. But yeah, that song is a driving tune, man. I love that tune. But that's just one example. I mean, there's many other songs I could use as other examples of the songs that I think are better than this one. But that does not mean that this is a bad song. I did enjoy listening to it. As far as the stage show goes, it was a lot of fun to watch. Very typical Seikima II style. Some great crowd interaction, some great stage interaction. I loved seeing the guitar player over on stage left. I believe that's Ace. I think that's Ace. I'm trying to learn your names, guys. I'm trying. He went over all the way over to stage right to interact with the other guitar player. I thought that was really cool to see. Him taking that effort and taking that time. It was nice to see the bass player at the end leave his little setup in the, towards the back to come up to the front. I liked seeing that. That to me kind of gave it a look of finality, like not just from the song standpoint, but from the entire show standpoint. Because usually during the course of the entire show, he's back there with the drummer. So for him to come up to the front, that to me is like, okay, this is the end of the show, which is why I was wondering if this is the last song of the set. It very well could be. Or, another possibility, it's the last song. They all leave. They wait about 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds for the crowd to make a bunch of noise. And then they come back on stage and they do their 1 or 2 or 3 encore songs. That's another possibility. As far as this song being a closer of some kind, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, especially with that ending. The opportunity that the song provided to have that big rock and roll ending made perfect sense. The only issue I really had with the entire performance, if I'm being honest, was at the very beginning, couldn't really hear the guitar player over on stage right. For some reason, his audio was really low in the mix. And now there could be a number of reasons for this. It could have been a technical issue. It could have been a line issue. It could have been, I don't think it'd be a signal issue, but I mean, it could have been, or an output issue. There's a lot of things it could have been. All I know is this: when it came time for him to do his actual guitar solo towards the middle of the song, we heard him clear as day. So whatever it was, got fixed. Look, there's no such thing as a perfect show. I've never had one. There's always been something that goes wrong. There's a technical issue, a wiring issue, something gets unplugged, something, a string breaks, somebody forgets the lyrics. I'm not saying who, but somebody, something always happens. Just notice that I've never had a perfect show. And good Lord, do not ask me how many shows I've played. I couldn't tell you. I over 1,000 easily. But I mean, at the same time, it's like you take everything in stride. You have to take everything in roll with the punches. And here's the beautiful thing about this: the guitar player over on stage right, you never saw him get frustrated. You never saw him get mad. You never saw him throw a fit. You never saw him take his guitar off and throw it on the ground. You never saw anything like that. He took it all in stride, and if you just look at him, nothing was wrong. Everything was going according to plan. That is the sign of a consummate professional. Like, I have played shows with musicians who have had their little temper tantrums on stage and, take the guitar, a string breaks, and they take the guitar and they throw it on the ground, and show's over. No, it's not. You know what they say? Freddie Mercury said it best: the show must go on. You have to keep going. So it was really nice to see that level of professionalism from him, that he kept on rolling with the punches. So that was really cool to see. Now, overall, I have no issue with the song. I had no issue with the performance. It was fun. It was a fun listen. All I'm saying is there are other songs from Seikima II that I personally think are better than this, okay? That's not to say that this was a bad job, though. I wouldn't be giving it 4 out of 5 stars if I thought it was bad. So, yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel good with that score, and that is where we're going to stay. So, 4 out of 5 stars, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then, well, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.